So yesterday was the 9th of July. In Parliament, there was elections to elect Judicial Services Committee representatives. So each political party has to elect a representative to represent in the JSC. So yeah, I wanna play a short clip of Musi Maimane exposing himself to us that he is not one of us as black people, because he declined the offer of Mr. John HLOPHE to be part of the JSC. He's gonna give his own reasons why he declined, but I also want black people to be aware that Bossa, Musi Maimane, even though he might claim he's one of us, his actions don't represent being one of us. So here's a speech. He gave a speech explaining why he doesn't want to elect this guy.
I have absolute respect for Judge HLOPHE. I respect his qualifications. I respect the fact that the party he represents saw it fit for him to serve in the Portfolio Committee. Equally so, I think this House would do well for itself to be able to establish whether the rules are sufficient enough that should a member be impeached from a particular Portfolio Committee, that same member can then proceed to go serve in the same Portfolio Committee in that sense. And therefore, respectfully, in terms of serving in the Judicial Services Commission, I respect that, Honorable Sir. So therefore, I hold the view that as Build One South Africa, we stood up and we said we want a particular level of leadership and we need to be able to endorse that view. Therefore, it would not for us, given the fact that the rules allow still for Judge HLOPHE to be elected, that should just be automatic. Therefore, we cannot support the decision. Thank you very much.
You just watched the video of the president of Bossa, Build One South Africa, expressing to the majority of Parliament and to the majority of South African people that he does not support the election and the nomination of Judge John HLOPHE to be a representative of the MK party in the Judicial Services Committee. He gave his reasons why. His reasons might sound wise, might sound sound and understandable, but one thing you need to draw from him taking that position is that he's trying to show us that he's not one of us. He's not one of the black people who supported like the EFF, Al-Jama, ATM, UDM. He's not part of that. So he's trying to show us that Bossa is not one of us as black people. It's just part of the representatives of the DA. It's just part of those small political parties that are just under the DA, trying to destroy South African people and confuse people. So Bossa is not one of us. Black people should not get confused. Doesn't matter what type of English Musi Maimane speaks. He's not one of us. He's not one of us. Don't get confused. He declined the offer. He declined the nomination and the election of Judge John HLOPHE. And he was so proud to do it in front of everyone, to prove to us that he still submit under Helen Zille. He still submit under the DA and white people, because it's only him and the DA who declined this nomination. It's Bossa and the DA. It's Helen Zille and her people and Bossa and his people who declined the nomination of Judge HLOPHE representing MK party. Why? This guy is qualified. This guy has the knowledge. This guy has the experience. This guy has all it takes to be a proper representative, because he has the legal studies, he has the qualifications, so he knows this Judicial Services Committee in and out. He's been part of it. So I don't understand Musi Maimane, but Musi Maimane just exposed to us that he's not one of us, and people shouldn't be trying to excuse him and be like, hey, he's not one of us. He's not. So Musi Maimane, we now see where you are. We are going to address you as the DA is being addressed. We don't care about you. We won't support you, and we won't be behind you when the DA attacks you, because you were not with us when the DA was trying to attack us. In fact, you took the same stance as the DA in attacking us as the MK, EFF, Al-Jama, UDM, ATM. So yeah, we're gonna deal with you as we deal with the DA. So you are not one of us, Mr. Musi Maimane. You are not one of us.